It has been 149 days since protesters first marched on and then occupied Zuccotti Park in New York. In our fourth story, as the Occupy movement prepares for a spring awakening, the right wing tries to position Occupy as an acorn-like boogeyman for the fall elections, using Andrew Breitbart to verbally attack a group of protesters outside CPAC, as well as in a new film. As mentioned before, the yearly Conservative Political Action Conference has adjourned. Besides the people Mitt Romney paid to attend, Occupy also made its presence felt, holding protests outside throughout the conference and occasionally making it inside to mic check several of the speakers. This First Amendment expression drew the staged anger of one mountebank in particular.
Behave yourself! 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 You are freaks and animals! You're freaks and animals! Stop raping people! Stop raping people! Stop raping! Stop raping people! Stop raping the people! You freaks! You filthy freaks! You filthy, filthy, raping, murdering freaks!
Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty apes! Somebody needs to auto-tune Charlton Heston Jr. there. His attacks almost perfectly mirror the newest motion picture by Citizens United, the same group whose Hillary the movie became the court case that opened the door for unlimited corporate donations. Coincidence, no doubt. The latest hit piece is called Occupy Unmasked, used sound bites taken out of context as well as negative news reports. A director named Stephen Bannon attempts to paint the Occupy movement as a left-wing conspiracy run amok, a place where drugs, anarchy, and as Breitbart claims, rape reigns supreme, or in conservative speak,
we are finally telling you the true story of the radicals behind the Occupy movement.
He added, hold me back, hold me back. Let's bring in the founder and publisher of Daily Kos, of course, Count Kos Militzis. Marcos.
Good evening, Keith.
He's nuts. I mean, isn't he? I mean, because either he's nuts or explanation for simply repeating the same word 34 times.
Drugs,
camera.
alcohol.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, all right. I'm leaving you to that speculation. What was that all about? Is that simply promotion for this film?
It could be, but I really honestly think that Occupy has gotten under their skin in a way that we haven't seen in a long time. I mean, this is the first time that I can remember where conservatives aren't setting the terms of the debate. They're actually being forced to respond. And when you have the presidential candidates, the Republican presidential candidates, having to debate on the terms of Occupy, on talking about income inequality, and talking about Bain Capital and Swiss bank accounts and Cayman Islands and vulture capitalism, that's not a good place for Republicans. And it's clear to see. I mean, you look at it in the numbers. They're not doing very well. They're on unsure footing. And this is why I think they're so desperately grasping this birth control issue, even though that is not exactly a very good one for them either.
Yeah, that has all sorts of bad lanes to travel down. Back to Occupy. I mentioned before that if Occupy needed any validation, that was it over the weekend pack. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean that's sort of a culmination. I think the validation came when you had people like Rick Perry talking about vulture capitalism and Mitt Romney, and Mitt Romney being forced to defend his capitalistic record. I mean, Republicans don't expect to defend, not in their primary anyway. So I think the validation has been there already. This movement has gone far beyond the actual protests themselves. The message itself has taken on its own meaning. It's sort of kind of almost broken free from the Occupy protest. So they can be as filthy and they could rape people if you want to make stuff up. But the fact is nobody really cares about it because that message isn't about the messengers. It's not about who's delivering the message, but the message itself, which really resonates at a very core emotional level with people who are suffering in this economy.
So this then, I analogized before what the right had made Acorn into, or memorably the new Black Panthers, which consists of a guy named Stan and a guy named Dale. I mean, are they effectively trying to scare people, or are they reinforcing people who want to be scared, or have they taken the wrong vessel here? Because unlike Acorn, or unlike particularly the new Black Panthers, Occupy actually exists, and as you suggest, that has a message that already got out.
Yeah, all of the above. I mean, really, Republicans need to scare people. They need to scare people. I mean, I don't want to go back to birth control because we're talking about Occupy, but they're talking about war on religion as opposed to we hate sex, right? They need to scare people, but they themselves love to be scared. I mean, this is why they have to create their boogeymen like Saddam Hussein and so on and so forth, right? They always need to have an enemy. And so this is the best thing for all worlds, right? I mean, here's something that they can feel scared about, something that has real-world implications that's actually hurting them, so they have even better reason to be scared of them. And now they hope to sort of deliver that message to the broader American public because they need to discredit the Occupy message, and the message itself cannot be discredited. Republicans are on the defensive because of that message. So maybe they think if we discredit some of the people delivering it, those dirty hippies, maybe people will start ignoring the fact that they're underpaid, have to work too many hours, the economy is going in the wrong direction, and that Republicans are doing nothing about it. So that's the hope. Obviously, I think this movie is going to be as effective as the Hillary Clinton one was.
And lastly, back to the subject of dirty hippies. Is it notable that nobody's ever bothered to make a film exposing the guy who looks like an escaped roadie of some sort, Andrew Breitbart? Has he ever carried his weight in this battle?
Do you need to make a film when you have video clips like the one you just ran?
Yeah, you're right. That's the whole film right there.
That says everything right there.
Everything else is padding to 90 minutes. Well,
Exactly.
we'll get some Citizens United money behind it, and we'll get it out there. Countdown contributor Marcos Melitsis, as always, Marcos, thank you for your time, sir.
A pleasure, anytime.